Hi everyone. I thought before I head in from playing a round of golf today that I would do my Pinterest Facebook Live, Boy, that was a good one. Facebook Live from the golf cart. I didn't want to be driving the golf cart, but so I pulled off here. And as you know, I've been talking about this week how the auto industry has begun to use Pinterest. And you saw my title there of if you don't use Pinterest now, you're probably going to hate yourself later. Well, I'm sure that there are a lot of companies out there that wish that they had got on the bandwagon before everybody decided to use the platform. I mean, think about the auto industry, because in the auto industry right now, the companies that have already gotten on board with it, such as Toyota, I'm sure that some of the other companies wish that they had thought about it before Toyota. So that's something to stop and think about. Also, remember some of the things that I talked about this week in talking about the fact that of how the pinners do use Pinterest in the auto industry. Well, the same thing is true with how they can use it in your industry too. Talking about collecting ideas. So, for example, if you are in the if you're in the travel industry, Pinterest could be a place where people collect ideas for their next vacation. And so, once they do that, then they have your name and they go to your website, and so they contact you. So those are some things to think about. And then also, of course, the very low advertising cost. Tonight I want to talk a little bit about the part of my blog that talks about the just for women myth. This is what I call it, because so many people say, oh, Pinterest is just for women. Well, that is not true. Pinterest is for everyone. And as a matter of fact, what they found is that Pinterest reaches more men than auto shopping destinations such as Car Gurus, Motor Trend, Edmunds, and KBB. And if you think about it, those are pretty big websites for men when you're talking about autos. But Pinterest reaches more men than any of those reach. And women purchase, not only that, women purchase about 68% of all new autos. So, there are a lot of women on Pinterest. Hey, they buy a lot of cars too. And also, women purchase, I love this stat, purchase 65% of all new tires. So, what do cars and tires have to do with each other? Well, they're complementary products. I used to teach that in economics. They're complementary products. And then, of course, the fact that women now make up almost 50% of the labor force. So women do have the money to spend on autos. So those are just some things to think about, and think about in relation to your industry and how that could be applicable to your industry. And as I always tell people, do the research up front. Don't just take my word for it or anyone else's. Do the research and figure out, is Pinterest really a viable tool? And if so, why don't I get in on it before everybody else does? So this is Ann, the Pinterest Pro, hoping you have an absolutely wonderful weekend. And I will see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. And I'm signing off to go traveling down the Pinterest Superhighway.